Angry Birds is one of my favorite childhood games. From playing it on the dinner table at family gatherings and getting my tablet taken away for a week, to watching Evan to PhD eating Angry Bird gummies and getting superpowers, to having all the biggest bird grip. Quick side note, anyone who also was an Angry Birds fan, I love you. The base idea of Angry Birds is simple. It is launching colorful birds into buildings made out of materials like wood, concrete, and everyone's favorite, ice. Oh, and those buildings were made by green pigs. Why, you may ask? Well, these green bastards stole the eggs of the birds. Oh, and by the way, the birds are all different and have different abilities. First, we have Redbird, also called Red. That's his actual name. Besides anger issues, he's really not that special, but it's like the Steve and Mario of Angry Birds. Next we have the Yellowbird, also known as Chuck. He, for only God knows, is triangle, but has the ability to dash in the middle of the air, essentially turning into a bullet. He is effective against wood. Next is Blackbird, also known as Bomb. No joke, that's his literal name. Also, the fact that they made the only Blackbird to terrorists can't be a coincidence. Anyway, as mentioned, he can explode mid-air. He's effective against concrete. Up next, Bluebird, also known as Jay, Jake, and Jim. Really creative names, Navario. Anyway, the reason they have 3 names is because they can split in the air and attack multiple points. They're effective against ice. Then we have Whitebird, also known as Matilda. Her ability is to take a shit in the middle of her launch. That egg also does damage, and she continues on. So let me get this straight. The birds are committing genocide against green pigs because of 3 eggs, and here she is laying eggs like they're nothing? Well, technically yes. Then we have Big Bird, also known as Terrence. He is the biggest bird. He's just a flying wrecking ball. There's also a green bird, aka Hall, who's literally just a boomerang, and Mighty Eagle, who's just a goddamn airstrike. Anyway, those were the OG birds. Then there's also other birds from other games. And speaking of other games, besides the OG game, which is now discontinued, don't worry, there's Angry Birds 2, which is the same but slightly newer and also has a bit more features, like cards and an egg. Anyway, I remember there were other games, but I think they're all discontinued now, I'm not sure. But different Angry Birds, like Angry Birds Space, where all the birds just turned into superheroes. And also Ice Cube showed up. Angry Birds Rio, where they got kidnapped and instead of green pigs, it's just monkeys and this big ugly bird named Nigel. Then there's also Angry Birds Go, basically Mario Kart, but you build your own cart with materials like milk cartons and shit. Angry Birds Transformers, I love this one. This one was special because instead of launching birds into a building, you fucking shoot lasers at them. But you can also transform to run away, as the pigs also brought in special artillery. Yes, it is possible to die. Now it isn't just the birds who got games, the pigs also got one. It's called Bad Piggies. Bad Piggies is kinda a lesser version of Angry Birds Go, where you have to build your cart on the grid and pray that you make it to the finish line with parts like wooden wheels, soda balls, and TNT. You have to use the TNT, there's no way around it. By the way, the Bad Piggies theme song goes hard though. The games nowadays aren't nearly as good as the one back in my day. I'd research what they are, but I don't nearly give enough of a shit to care and to do so. So let's just move on. Besides playing the game, I loved watching Angry Birds videos. So much so that my mom flew down to Thailand to buy me Angry Birds merchandise like Angry Birds plushies, Angry Birds hoodies, Angry Birds bags, and Angry Birds hats. I was obsessed. Looking back on it, I don't cringe about a single thing and I regret nothing. I got all the hoes. Anyway, here's some flavor of Angry Birds content I have a blurry memory of.
the Angry Birds Mega Fling game.
Hey, I had that toy. I remember when I got it, my dad was fuming because he had a nightmare trying to get it from the States. Anyway, this just shows you how big of a fan I was. So you can only imagine how excited I was when I found out there's an Angry Birds movie. Boy, was I hyped for this. The art style of the movie kinda disappointed me. I expected this ball of a bird to be kinda realistic. Not actual wings and legs, but I'll give it a pass, because the ending of the movie is actually pretty good when they launch themselves headfirst into an actual concrete building. And also this scene. I'd probably make the same face if I saw a big eagle cock. These birds are and always will remain special to me, as I will always feel nostalgic when I see them. So with that, thanks for watching.